Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we are here for our monthly Ascension Angel Messages for July 2025. So, as we get ready to get into the reading, I'd first like to thank everyone for returning to this monthly series, and also to welcome anyone who might be new to our Angelic Wisdom community. If you'd like to get an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, the angelschool.com/services. If and also the readings now will be available during the weekday. Again, now that my school job is done for the summer, so that'll be Monday through Friday, 12 to 6 p.m. And if I see a need for a weekend, it might be on this Saturday after 2 p.m. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do so. Select the all notification bell, like, and of course, leave your comments. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use my PayPal me link for Angelic Wisdom LLC. You'll find all the links that I might mention here. They will be in the description area beneath this video. And I can't think if there's anything else I'm forgetting, but let's go ahead and look at the format for those who might be new to the channel. So the card in the center is as an archangel message, and so that will tell us which archangel we're working with in this month and their message for us. And the cards on either side are from the left. On the left, it's a Major Arcana, and on the right, it's from the Minor Arcana. So the way this will work is the Major Arcana will give us that overall theme or lesson that we'll be working with in this month. And the Minor Arcana will let us see how that might affect us on a day-to-day basis and ways that we can work or heal through that message. All right, so just get a sip of water. And let's all take a deep breath. And just deeply ground and connect. I'm seeing a number, Archangel message actually. I'm seeing Archangel Michael, and the angel number that he's given us is 160. And it says, God has heard and answered your prayers. And you can co-create the answers faster by monitoring your speech and thoughts so that you're always describing yourself and your situation in positive terms. And what I get a sense from Archangel Michael about this is never to be afraid, but to always be aware instead. And the sense I get from him is it's not about trying to frame things in a way that you can't relate. It's almost like what he's asking you to do is to stop and take a moment to see the silver lining, to look at things from a different perspective. So if you're miserable and you've been going through a lot of challenges, it's an opportunity for you to see, what is this situation teaching me? What have I learned? And how am I growing? How have I evolved? In what ways am I being guided to change? And it's in this light that you try to describe yourself and your situation in positive terms. It's not about telling yourself to feel something that you're not feeling, or to believe something that you can't believe right now. But you first have to realistically look at the energy which is unfolding in your life. And sometimes we only see where we don't want to be, instead of seeing where we're being guided to be and who we are becoming through that process. And when you can sort of recognize where the universe is guiding you, you get yourself on board with the positivity that the universe is crafting for you. And it's about seeing your life ultimately in the way that the universe is seeing it. So you might be feeling like you're just being set up in a way that you're thinking about setbacks all the time, instead of recognizing how you're actually being set up for the next best thing that you deserve. You might see that you're trying to do something and you feel like just obstacles just keep getting in your way, until you take a moment to reflect on that silver lining and see that you're being pushed in a direction that has challenges for you, but is educating you and also leading you in a way, towards a purpose that you just aren't recognizing at the moment, but one that will be fulfilling to you. Somehow we're forgetting, because we think of the world as right in terms of right or wrong, and our actions as success or failures. But the universe never forgets to pay you what you're owed. And that means to invest in what your heart truly desires. It's always doing so. And so what you and I have to be more aware of is not what's going wrong, not what we don't like, but ask a different kind of question. Where are you leading me? And to tell yourself to open your eyes and to open your arms and to open your mind and your heart. Pray for that extension of your awareness, so that you can embrace and resist less. They're showing me this beautiful headdress that is very expanded and expansive. It's like the branches of a tree, full and lush green foliage. But it's almost a very ornamented headdress. And so what is giving me an indication of is, as they show me a candle, there is this sense of expanded consciousness and enlightenment, clarity and truth that is going to be revealed to us in this month. and it's going to be revealed through the lens of our hearts, in the way that we observe the world and all of its interactions. It feels as though we're going to be less in the dark about the world that we've created and the world that we've chosen to exist in this lifetime for a purpose. It's going to reveal with more certainty and clarity the kind of energy that is unfolding, and they're writing the word gravity, and what we're drawn towards and why we're drawn towards them. Patterns that once created, that were once just sort of clouded in fear, will come through in a pristine order and sort of liberate us from the energy that those patterns would often dictate because of our lack of focus and transparency. I see the word pasture as a sense of being able to relax a little bit more, being able to trust, and being able to go with the flow, knowing that the flow is something we no longer need to resist, but it's something we need to accept. They were showing me a window, and it felt as if, there were these sheer curtains, but a lot of them, and it almost felt like someone, almost like a doll house feeling, right? Where we're just these layers of these shears kind of, they let light come in, but they don't allow for vision, clear vision. And it feels like a world of illusion, one where we can just sort of be in this sense of false security and comfort without having to take any risks, without having to truly engage the world itself. And when it cleared the window, you could see someone walking towards in a field of grass, maybe wildflowers, towards a tree. And it was this sense of going towards yourself, your true nature. And it was ambiguous, but it was also had a sense of discovery and a pleasure. We don't have to be on this fast track. The scenery outside that setting is one where time is suspended. There are no clocks, but there's nature's timing, right? And there is a sense of direction, but it's not dictated. So like there's no path. The only thing that was in front of the person was this tree at the far end of this field of grass and flowers. And one could go in any direction, but that tree seems to be a focal point, sort of finding oneself, but at the same time lacking all the lacking the this structure, this unnatural structure that we're usually following, where we've carved out paths, and we've somehow shaped things into what we want them to be or what we think they need to be in order to proceed. And here, you're just exploring, you're following your heart. And there's something gratifying about this, about not needing everything to be laid out, to be clear in the way that we're normally, in the ways that we normally associate clarity. You know, it's like, well, or we think that things make sense. And they write that this is going to be a challenge, because the more that we try to make sense of the world going forward, we won't find any sense in it at all. And that is the one thing that has fallen first, is this sense of order and logic that the old world was based upon, this sense of time, structured time, all these constructs that we put in place to limit our unlimited potential. We can call to us and we can achieve any desire that we have. But in order to get there, we have to be willing to let go of all of that and focus on that one essential component that is giving us a sense of direction and purpose and meaning that allows us to resonate with and discover what it is that we're resonating with. We don't like being blind, but the world that our ego has set up is total blindness. And until we really learn to listen to our souls, we'll never find the integrity, the clarity, the truth, the peace, the joy, the love, or the abundance that we deserve. The word angry just flashed in front of me. If for any reason you feel angry about something you maybe feel like you've been cheated out of, or life that that was taken away from you, this now you need to bring forward into your awareness for the purpose of liberty and peace, because you'll find neither until you release it. The blame and all of the negativity that's attached to it. So let's take a look at the Archangel message. And we have Seraphim, Seraphina. It says, be an ambassador for Earth. Build your bridge to Source. She's wearing around her neck an ankh and is holding these scrolls. And they seem important. The scrolls seem very important. As if it's a reminder of something deep within yourself that you've forgotten. A commitment to a purpose. And if for some reason you're feeling like you're lost, or that you've never even found it, but you're trying to find it through means that just do not represent or resonate with who you really are. Until you let that go, or that thing that you're angry about, you'll never feel found or seen or even whole. And to feel whole does not mean you have the plan. It does not mean you know it all. It doesn't mean you see it all. It doesn't even mean you get it or understand it. And do you feel that struggle? I want to know, I want to understand, I want to see. If you needed to have any of those things in order to be who you are, it would be revealed to you. It would not be withheld from you. So whatever you think is missing, it's not. You're just not open to it. You're not looking through it or using that, what you have right now, to bring the clarity, the understanding, the peace, the knowing that you need. Think about what it might mean to be an ambassador for Earth. What is the mission of Earth? Peace. And how do you build a bridge to Source? Peace. What's the thing most needed on our planet right now? Peace. Wherever you are right now, whatever is going on with you, whatever you're dealing with, whatever you're trying to do, there is a way to go about it. And that way is peace. But before peace can be achieved, we have to learn to surrender all the other energies that create complications, disillusionment, dissatisfaction, disgruntlement, frustration, irritation, anger, intolerance, pain, and suffering. Let's take a moment to tune into the seraphim, Seraphina, and just ask her to give you a sign or an awareness of her presence. And notice where you feel her energy moving through you. For me, I immediately feel it just opening up the heart. It's a gateway to the soul, and just letting the enormous amount of light shine forward into the world. And she wrote this angel number, which is 150. It says, as you go through this period of change, know that you are lovingly supported by God and also by your positive intentions. If you stop in your tracks and surrender all this sense of responsibility and just give your heart to your team of angels and ask them to help you to use your gifts and your soul in a way that will bring peace, love, empowerment to others through your actions, through your beliefs, through your thoughts and your ideas, even freedom to add to all of this. Through this act, you will become that ambassador for Earth. And you will see yourself and your life that you're living, building bridges to source for others. They say that you will begin to have more telepathic communications when you open your heart in this way. These telepathic communications will automatically be enhanced with positivity as you are in alignment with the rays of the angelic realm and source. As you give in this way, as you open your heart, and your focus is on peace, no matter what situation you stand in right now, if you're standing in the mud of life, or if you're standing on the most pristine ledge of a cliff, high above it all, no matter which one, you will receive and be able to perceive telepathically a silver lining, this the sun that's always shining behind the clouds. That's sort of the sense. You'll be able to bypass the clouds and communicate directly with the sun, with the light, and know where your light and the light of others can shine its brightest. And the clouds you no longer need in order to know who you are. You won't need the clouds. You won't need the difficult storms in your life in order to grow into yourself. And that's really what the storm clouds have been. A way to help you to grow into who you truly are, to become worthy of your own deserving, of your own light, your own magnificence, and in terms of your divinity. You've also come here to elevate circumstances and storm clouds that don't just affect you, but affect everyone. And without the veil of illusion, we would not have accomplished that collectively. And that's part of the ambassadorship role that you've come here to fulfill, to move Earth into its higher ascension. And all the souls that are struggling. All right, so let's take a look at the theme for the month. And so we have the Judgment card, traditionally known, here titled Renewal. And so this is a card we can clearly see this angel with a trumpet standing in between the clouds and the bright sunshine, creating that break, right? And so this is really a time for us to get beyond the storm clouds, connect in directly with the sun. In order to do that, we must shine the light of the sun within ourselves, within our hearts, through our being of love. Love is the sun, and peace is the effect of it. And it is time for us to no longer remain asleep in the dream of illusion. We can wake ourselves up. We can be present and heal and do our work and our purpose in the dream world while having that direct link and connection to the light of truth. And bring the world beyond the storm clouds. It's sort of like being in an airplane when it reaches that high altitude and it goes through the clouds and there's just blue skies, no matter what storm clouds are below. And we'll be aware of those storm clouds as long as we're in the earth school. We just won't let it affect us because we won't lose sight of the sun and the blue skies. So it says reflection, self-evaluation, rebirth. All of these create rebirth, the reflection, the self-evaluation. But here I want to draw your attention towards awareness. Just being aware of something brighter. And so we're not trying to evade our our problems. But what we're giving ourselves permission to do is to look higher for change, to reach higher within ourselves, to attune to the pure messages of truth. And that's going to be our goal in this month, individually and collectively. And just remember that you can't force others to do this, to be where you are. And that might be something you have to learn to surrender. You might be surrounded by a whole bunch of people that you're not going to be able to get them to be there. But you can't let them and their choice dim who you are, because you're focused on them rather than on yourself, meaning that high point of light within you. It exists within all of them around you. And if you are able to access it and you're able to find consistent loyalty to it, eventually the others will have some kind of breakthrough as well. But it cannot be your reason for being who you need to be. Your only reason is to fulfill your purpose for yourself. All right, let's take a look at the card for how this kind of affects us on a day-to-day basis. It's interesting because number 20 breaks down to 2. So we have this numerology of 2 here. Now, the 2 of Earth is showing us that what's going to be important for us to walk this journey is learning how to remain balanced. In order to do that, you got to really be focused on what you're doing. And I'm just going to say it, being focused on what you're doing is based on what you're choosing in that moment. Whatever you're choosing, like this little girl is choosing to walk on this, it's dangerous. And it's fun at the same time. Her choice, how she sticks with it, how she focuses upon it, is going to determine whether it's going to be fun or dangerous. Many of us looking at her would say, I wouldn't recommend it at all. And then, how do we discover who we are? How do we actually bring about change in the direction that we want to be fulfilled? If we don't think about what we want, focus on giving our best, giving with our whole heart to whatever it is that we're doing. So I'm not telling you to focus on one thing for an entire month. What I'm telling you is to focus in whatever it is that you're doing in each moment, and with each choice that you make. And as the angels are adding, to do it with gratitude. Enjoy it. Everything is dangerous and everything at the same time is fun. If you're in it, if you're with it, you're focused, you can enjoy it. If you're worried, if you're thinking about whether or not it's good or bad, pros and the cons, you're not enjoying anything. You're in a mental, emotional, physical struggle, even a spiritual one. But if you're truly enjoying something, you've made up your mind that you're going to do this, you're going to be committed to it, and you're going to let it be the best thing that's ever happened to you and anybody else concerned. No matter how many challenges show up. These little posts here show the potential for interruptions, even though we're focused. But we still have the choice to stay focused around or over or through those challenges, to enjoy. So this month, in your day-to-day awareness, is about you enjoying your choices in life and the things that you've given your heart and soul to, and to do it with gratitude. And the overall theme is to keep connecting with the sun beyond the clouds. Trust that the sun is always shining, no matter what clouds. Meaning your angels and God, your source, is always with you, always supporting you, as the seraphim Seraphina said. And the way to create positive intention is just to enjoy. And you'll feel the support of the universe grow through you and transform you. All right, so I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and have a beautiful, beautiful month of July.